o tana koutou marama. Nō te kore tana koutou kore te whiwhi, tana koutou kore te taumaua, tana koutou kore te keri, tana kou maku. Ka moe a maho rānui a te koutou raki. Ka moe a pōharo te pō ko haoraki me raka māma tana rā tāwhiri a mātea. Ko tū te raki whānau. Uiri ki te māhanui ki a Maui, ko te atakata. Ti hei mauri mate, ti hei mauri ora. Tēnei te mihi atu ki tēnei hui rakatira mō tātou. Kai te mihi atu ki a koe te minita, ki a koe Eric, me ka rakatira kata no kato no tēnā kamu pene, tēnā kamu pene, tēnā kamu pene. Nau mai, haere mai, I raro te maru o Aoraki me moho te pōhui anau hoki. Koutou katoa, tēnei te mihi, tēnei te mihi, tēnei te mihi atu kia koutou. I would like first to acknowledge all the kindly people who have come and greeted me today. I can't see you very well, but I can feel the warmth of your greetings, and they are deeply and warmly appreciated. I have got one thing that I want to say, really, a fundamental message about the question of decarbonisation, about the question of our forward energy requirements, about the change that we cannot escape confronting. I know all the arguments against things, but what I want to know is if it is not to be green hydrogen, please tell me what you propose. Don't tell me what's wrong with green hydrogen. Tell me your viable alternative. Whether it's by regenerative hydro generation, whether it's by wind, or whether it's by tide, which I think has been insufficiently examined, whether it's by small units of generation in the run of the river, or by whatever other means. If our future is not to be with green hydrogen, then, for God's sake, tell us what you propose. Don't tell us what's wrong with the thesis. I have become very simple-minded about this. There's much more expertise in the room than I can offer. But I do know that we've got some fundamental imponderables within our little isolated nation. We have to decarbonise. We've got Arygoscopsis, I can't say it proper, Arygoscopsis, the seaweed, which is capable of making an enormous reduction overall in our methane emissions. We've got various other offerings in the blue economy which will help us. But this community at this end of Aotearoa, New Zealand, with 3% of the population, already generates some 20+% of our GNP. our gross national product. It's an enormous imbalance. The rest of the nation doesn't start running at a GNP profit till it comes south, until it gets south of Lake Taupo. We're in an extraordinary position here, but we're also a victim of the democratic forces which control GDP. It is essentially like living in Auckland, taking in each other's dry cleaning. It doesn't earn us as a nation what the southern region does. Now, I'm not talking about an independent to Waiponamu, because I don't think it'd work, but I do beg you in these discussions today and tomorrow to bear in mind the words of a man who failed me history 3 on 2 occasions, I think, J.C. Beaglehole. Living on an island does not necessarily make you insular. You must think more broadly of the concept of our isolation. Look at the future of this nation and look at its relative isolation from the point of view of its benefits. Look at our position in the Pacific as the most remote, isolated element both of Polynesia but also of Western civilization combining in this place. This may be the outlier that does survive the nonsense of Europe and the nonsense of the American continent as we speak. It's a dream I'm not going to see, but even if I had some eyes. But what I do believe is that whatever happens, the world by the end of this century will be a radically different offering from what we currently have. We are just coming to the end of the little ice age, my dear friends. We're desperately anxious about climate change, and so we should be. There are things we can do. We're small enough to do them. And we're small enough to win against the odds that confront us. I dream of a society in which the Ngāi Tahu nation is going to be able to subsist with the other people who are here, tangata tiriti, the people who have come into this world by right of treaty. As we join together with the mana whenua and even find some place for the North Island tribes. As we do this, we have to think differently. We have to dream differently, and we've got to, if we're not going to take the route that I referred to in opening, tell me what else you're going to do. Tēnei te mihi atu kia koutou. Koutou katoa. I raro te maru o tātou whare o te rā nei. E te mihi o te tuakana o te taone, te mea, e nobi. E te ho, tēnā koe tō mihi. Koutou ka mihi katoa ki au. Whakaro mai, tēnā rā tātou.